Well, this is a shitty way to start a stream, but we have a storm coming in. Oh. Oh, looks... Oh, well, never mind. Nothing that bad. Of course the amenity coverage is low. There's a storm going on and it's knocked out all the power. Actually, we installed storm defense. There we go. Okay then. So, here, let's wait for everything to stabilize. Okay then, okay. So, last time we were working on getting all the DNA for Halyangosaurus, Chungkingosaurus, and Camarasaur. Well, we're about halfway there on that last part. So let's go ahead and send some more scientists out for Camarasaur DNA. Then we will go and rest some of our more heavily used scientists. Because, of course, we always have to have them rest. Oh, no, we can't ever. No, just let them do their jobs. Yeah, we probably need to make a second response facility so that this one can be assigned to deal with other issues happening in the park. There we go. Yeah. This one will actually be more geared towards dealing with those exhibits down this way, making sure that the animals are cared for. That is not true. That is definitely reachable. Oh, okay. Hold on. There. Now, we have new fossils in from that. Wow, they're all pretty low quality. But, I mean, hey, something. Let's send them back out again. Yeah, we can only do one expedition at a time. Oh, hey, Efrain. Welcome back again. You joined us early this time. Let's view the research we got to do here. Yeah, it's just a kick in the teeth. Just as soon as we boot up the game, um, there's a sandstorm. Knocks out all the power, causes a couple dinosaur injuries. It always pops up at the worst possible time. Yeah, it says, when can we be as annoying and unfair as possible? Yeah. But these were the Hao-Yangosaurs that we released at the end of last session. And these over here are the Chungkingosaurs that we also released. Now, unfortunately, we can't keep them in the same enclosure because they'll start hitting each other, and that's no fun for anybody. Yeah. Okay, then. So, let's see here. So, we've researched the Stegosaurids, and that's all well and good. Okay. Let's see if we can send anybody else out for research. I mean, no, we can't do Stegosaurids yet. We can do Suchomimus, though. Having a nice piscivore in the whole thing will make it good. And we do need to be able to replace the Pachycephalosaurs, so I think that's important. We need to up our park rating a bit, and this next expansion will definitely help with that. Once we get some big apatosaurs in, some big, well, not necessarily just apatosaurs, but some very large sauropods in, it will definitely make a difference as far as our rating is concerned. And why are we having scientist limit troubles? What's going on? Oh, they're researching carnivores, right, and there's so many of them needed for that one research that, okay, just have to wait a minute. Let's look at our scientists here. These are all level 3 scientists here. Let's see if I can identify some shortfalls here. Now, I am noticing that we don't have necessarily a dedicated welfare specialist. But then again, now what does positive influence do? But then again, if we did have dedicated medical, I doubt we'd ever actually get to use them. If we have to ever expand into any other staff-based areas, right, we're going to do it right here, because that's just really the best use for the whole place, because it's isolated from others. Okay, that's perfect. Let's have them do the genetics research. There we go. Now, while somebody's extracting that DNA, let's have them... No, we can't replace the T.Rex yet. Can't have Brachiosaur and Mamenchisaur brought in. But we can unlock the Pachycephalosaur if we do this the smart way. Yeah, we'll send out one more round of scientists to go get that DNA. And while we're doing that, yeah, we do need to unlock Pachycephalosaurus and Pachycephalosaur and Parasaur DNA so that we can replace them in the event of their untimely demise. Okay, we're about to finish both genomes. That's perfect. So we'll send another scientist out to start collecting Parasaurolophus DNA. Yeah, as soon as that genome data is complete, we will have 100% DNA for Camarasaur and Apatosaur. So I'm thinking we'll put some Apatosaurs in this one, some Camarasaurs in this one. So, mm, there we go. Okay, so we got Camarasaurs and Apatosaurs all being synthesized. You know, it's funny. I just so happen to be a scientist, and I find the entire concept of what they're doing here rather interesting. Now, obviously, you wouldn't be able to get much, if any, usable DNA out of amber, simply because, well, it would be contaminated with the DNA of the insect. But let's say that you somehow, oop, avian pox, remain calm. Okay, where is our paleomedical center again? Ah, here it is. And yep. Oh, it's already signed. See. Why did they drop by 32%? Hmm. Well, let's take a look and see why the appeal has gone down. Well, it's nowhere near as high as it needs to be. Huh. The drink coverage could use a boost. But while we're waiting for the DNA to be completed, we'll start with the Camarasaur. Okay, we don't have enough staff members available for the Apatosaurs right now, so we'll just have to wait on that, and then we'll get Parasaur DNA inside of 2 trips. Shouldn't be a problem there. But the whole process by which they go about making dinosaurs, I find it very interesting. You see, so they would start out with an animal that looks an awful lot like Struthiomimus. An animal with an extremely large egg, one capable of, you know, supporting a metabolism similar to a dinosaur. And that animal would probably be, you know, an emu or ostrich egg. Obviously, you wouldn't want a cassowary egg because they're highly endangered. You want them on the cheap. Then, what you would do is, you would use you would basically identify where the nucleus of this egg is, and you would use a needle to electrocute this nucleus, basically shattering the outer membrane. Well, once you have this outer membrane shattered, you can then use some extremely fine tools to introduce the new genome to the egg. And that new genome would then be what develops inside the egg. But there is a problem with that. If the animal's normal egg would have actually been, you know, larger than the host egg, the animal will not actually be able to grow to full size. However, there is kind of a cheat for this.
Transportation complete.
Okay, so it needs tall leaf and tall nut.
Delivery has been completed.
There we go. See, now it's very happy. Anyway, so let's say you make an animal like a Struthiomimus. Well, Struthiomimus would probably lay an egg similar in size to a modern ostrich or emu. And when it hatches, it, if it's a female, would probably produce very similar eggs. Well, you could then use those possibly slightly larger eggs to attempt to produce eggs of a species that might be bigger, like for perhaps an iguanodon of some kind. And you could basically work your way up to larger and larger eggs.
Commencing asset transit.
Now, the only problem with that would be when it comes to animals whose eggs would have been so alien and difficult to make that you would have to go about making a synthetic egg. And that's something that we have not yet mastered as far as cloning technology goes. Yeah, we're probably going to be pretty close to 3.5 stars. Really quick. Yeah, we are at 3.4 out of 3.5. We just need one little thing. to kick us right over the edge. Let's take a look here. Restrooms good. Amenity coverage. They want beverages. I'm going to give them as much drink as they can. They want food, actually. They want food. That's okay. I will give them a smorgasbord of food here. This will be... We're going to give them waffles. We're going to give them enough waffles to feed an army. There you go. And then let's see about other management views here. How's the drink situation? Ooh, the drink situation is not looking good. They're very thirsty. Unfortunately, they want drinks all in areas where there's not a whole lot of drink covered space. But don't worry, I got a cheatsy doodle here. Got something. Yeah, we'll put a small drink amenity here, and we'll configure it for, let's go with kefir. There we go. Okay. Aha! There we go. Quick! While they're fooled, grab the DNA. Because if they change their mind, we'll be screwed. Let's look at the expedition map. Yeah, we might want to get a hold of some Compsognathus DNA soon, too. Yeah, we'll wait for the scientists to finish up their rest, and then we'll finish that sequencing. Should be just in time before the new fossils are delivered from the site. Wow, okay, they're still not ready. Must be because they're all hankered up on that DNA research. Yeah. Okay. Now they should be able to do it. Yep. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna want that Suchomimus DNA handled quick. Yeah. Let's take a look at what dinosaurs. So Parasaurolophus has 85% DNA completion. That's fine. That'll be A-okay. But there are so many species we still need to unlock the genomes for. For instance, a Maiasaura herd would be very nice to put in there with the Apatosaurs and the Hauyangosaurs. Yeah, so we got plenty of species we can work with. We need to unlock the compy DNA because they're going to start dying really quickly. Um, we could also do a megalosaur, or maybe even no. We're not doing raptors. Too many storms, too often. Um, oh dear Christ! Speak of the devil.
En route to pick up the asset.
This part of the job is never easy. We have a deceased animal in the park. We need to
Yes.
get the carcass removed as soon as possible. If we don't, we run the risk of disease spreading.
Okay. Yeah, we need to go ahead and start getting the compy DNA now.
Asset transportation in progress.
So let's look at the research here. Oh, we could get the brachiosaur and the mankysaur. They're still too busy for stegosaur. But okay, so I guess we've unlocked it just by numbers. Oh Lord, don't tell. A second one died.
En route to collect the asset.
Thankfully, T-Rexes are a lot longer lived.
Transporting asset.
Yeah, we got to get the Compsognathus genome unlocked as quickly as possible because they're going to start dying en masse, and then we will lose park popularity. So we can either do the Stegosaur or the T-Rex or the Brachio. I'm thinking our best bet at this moment would be the Stegosaurus, simply because as a high star animal right there, and it'll definitely help. Plus, we can introduce some Gallimimus into this exhibit, help give it a little more character. Sure, no one really can tell the difference between Struthiomimus, Archaeornithomimus, and Gallimimus without a microscope, but you know. But yeah, no, we're making quite the night. Oh, why is he hungry? Oh, it's because he walked away from all his food. Yeah, he's hungry because he had to take 5 steps away from the refrigerator. What a fatso. There we go. Research is complete. And just in time, the new fossils just arrived. Start the DNA extraction. You know, I was watching this game not too long ago, and I thought it was very cool looking. It had a novel concept. It's called Dave the Diver. Now, nobody on this channel would really know this about me because nobody pays attention. But I'm a real nautical kind of guy. I love the ocean. I love going out in the water. I love going into the water. I love getting stuff out of the water. I like boats in general. So I've always found the idea of deep sea diving very awesome. But the problem is the ocean does not like me and tries to crush my skull whenever I go more than 2 foot under the water. But that game, Dave the Diver, is very chill. Basically, it goes like this. You play as Dave, a scuba diver. Kind of chunky dude with a goatee, normally wears a kind of Hawaiian button-up. Most times, yeah, we need to really speed run getting that thing's DNA back because they're already starting to get lonely. And they're going to want more. But anyway, you play as Dave, and your job is to go down into this place called the Blue Hole that changes its layout every dive and catch fish and other stuff. Well, yeah, most of my D&D campaigns involve oceans and everything. I really like the ocean. I find that in many games, the oceans are often underrepresented, which is why I was very happy to see that in this new game, they actually included an oceanic DLC based around animals that live in the water. And what's funny is when I was young, I was able to dive like 50 feet straight down, no problem. And now that I'm older, it feels like my head's in a vice whenever I go down further than 5. Oh, wow, I actually have to wait for that? Okay, fine. Yeah, let's, here, we'll just go ahead and send a scientist out to get the last of the DNA from Parasaurolophus and Gallimimus out there. But yeah, that was always the thing. I always found in video games they didn't really explore the ocean all that much. But in Dave the Diver, it's really fun looking. It's very chill. It's all cool and blue and just really stress-free. The only thing about it that's stressful is you have to constantly watch your oxygen meter to see, you know, well, how deep are we? How deep can we go? How much air do you have left? Because if you run out of air, the dive is canceled and you can only bring back one item. And that's pretty lame sauce, you know, when it's like, oh, sorry, Dave, we were only able to bring back one single thing. Because it's like, really? You were only able to get back one thing? Did you not try and reach for anything else in the water? Oh, okay, so Parasaurolophus, Chasmosaurus, and Troodon are all over here. Yeah, let's give them excess points so we can get that done quick. Oh yeah, see, they're just powering through that expedition. Well, you know, there are other games I play where you get to learn how to face your fear of the ocean. And I can give you one very concrete example of a game that you should play if you wish to conquer your fears of the ocean. It is a game called Ark Survival Ascended. Now, here's the thing. If you know anything about that game, you will probably say, but Moretti, that game's filled with scary creatures that live in the ocean that try and eat your bone marrow. You're absolutely correct. There are scary creatures that live in the ocean that want to eat your bone marrow in that game. However, there are also scary creatures that want to eat your bone marrow on land. And the scary creatures that want to eat your bone marrow on land are a lot more numerous and a lot more of a threat.
Collecting asset.
So you really don't have that much to worry about when it comes in the ocean, so long as you pen up your stuff. Oh, also, it's a very good thing that we just completed the Compsognathus, because we're going to need the eggs, like, now. But anyway, so when you first try and conquer the ocean, the best you're going to be able to do is maybe get on a little ichthyosaur, or if you're really lucky, you might catch yourself a megalodon and knock it unconscious and tame it. Well, here's the thing. You will be extremely weak. There are many, many, many creatures down in the deep, dark ocean, from the shocking electric eels to the giant man-eating mosasaurs and tusoteuthus to the zapping jellyfish and the annoying swarming dunkleostis and anglerfish. All of it wants to kill and eat you. So, those little animals that you tame to swim around in the water aren't going to cut it. So you need to make yourself a scuba suit and go after something that will. And the best thing you can go for is my personal favorite tame in the entire ocean, the basilosaur. Basilosaur is, in fact,
Heading to collect the asset. Asset collection
a
request.
very friendly-looking, long, squishy
Confirming task.
whale.
We are pleased to welcome a
Transit has
Compsognathus
commenced.
to the park.
However, it is also one of the most powerful creatures in the ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome
Your best bet to tame it
In the air.
is to get yourself some prime meat jerky. Get yourself a small tame like a megalodon. Find a good basilosaur. Go out there and feed it some jerky, and then kill anything that tries to come after you. And after you have tamed it and managed to put a saddle on the animal, you can now ride upon one of the most powerful creatures in the entire ocean and conquer the seas for yourself. Now, the basilosaur is not all powerful,
Asset
but it
delivered.
is quite strong. So long as you keep it near the surface, it is very hard to get one killed. Okay, you see that? I installed that, and it didn't work. You know,
Asset transportation complete.
I'm no expert here, but if this is right off the coast of San Diego, I don't think that there would normally be sandstorms there.
Confirming asset delivery.
Okay, so we're replacing the Compsognathuses.
Delivery complete.
We should probably go ahead and start getting the Pachycephalosaur DNA,
To the park.
Asset
just
transportation
so that we
underway.
can replace them
Asset
also.
delivery confirmed.
Yeah, let's see here. Uh, but yeah, you see, once that's the thing. Fear of the ocean comes from fear of its mysteries. Well, once you understand what is within the ocean and that you are capable of killing it,
Delivered.
your fear naturally starts to recede. I always had a feeling of thalassophobia when I was younger, but when I started to see all of the beautiful different life forms that once existed in the ocean, it naturally overcame my fear and was replaced with, well, fascination and awe. Like, wow, the ocean had all of this amazing stuff in it, and nobody knew. We should study everything about it. You know? Hello, Quackers. Welcome to the stream.
Asset has been collected.
Yeah, this is basically our park right here so far. We just had a new shipment of. Okay, wait. What? Why is their comfort decreasing? Oh, they don't have enough sand. Well, isn't that just magical here? Give it more sand. There. Yeah, I'm sure they're fine. Wow, that is perfect. A Pachycephalosaur just died of old age, and we just started getting their DNA. So that is quite lucky timing on our part. Yeah, we need to go ahead and start getting that genome finished. Because if we don't, they're going to start headbutting the exhibit. And when they do that, there will be nothing we can do to stop them. Oh, you're playing it too, huh? Well, you might be able to see some things that might help your park in my stream here, because, you know, there are some problems that you'd face with this particular
Transport.
one.
Set.
See, your dinosaurs usually only live just long enough for you to unlock the genomes for them if you really try hard about it. But yeah, thankfully, I think this will be just enough DNA. Yep. 83 plus 17. That'll be just enough to be able to get the DNA completed, and we need to rest a lot of scientists. Hey, Quackers, what about in your experience with the resting mechanic? Did you ever play Jurassic World Evolution, the first game, where they didn't make you micromanage all the scientists? I feel like they kind of doubled down on the busy work part of this game, and it kind of missed the mark a little bit. Okay, complete genome for Pachycephalosaur. Let's see here. What would the bat size be? Anywhere from 2 to 8. Let's take a look. How many Pachycephalosaurs do we have in this exhibit? They are content right now, but they may need more in the future. So it's good that we have the DNA completed. Let's make some galleys. Yeah. Yeah, let's make some Gallimimus. Oh, we only have one skin for them. That's fine then. Yeah, we'll make some Gallimimuses, and we'll release them into the into one of the 2 big savanna exhibits we have going on. Well, you know, the scientist system actually does make something a lot easier. Did you ever do the Isla Sorna mission in Jurassic World Evolution 1? The big one where all of the carnivore gates will automatically open up in the middle of a storm after you have made a T.Rex, Spinosaur, Indominus Rex, and all that. Yeah, well, you remember how the sabotages and everything would happen due to the conflicting factions within NGen divisions? Yes, all of those. Well, that disappeared in this game because you are the one who controls all of the employees now. You see, they can't have their own loyalties to their own separate divisions if you're the one who hired them.
Picking up asset. Acknowledged. Adding to the list.
Yeah, you see, basically, yeah, it was a... Uh-oh. Who died? Oh, crap, that's bad. We haven't researched that yet. Oh!
Transporting asset.
Well, I mean, thankfully, T-Rexes are stable alone, so that's perfectly okay.
Adding task.
Well, looks like we know what species we're gonna have to replace now. Let's go for the research. Hold on. We're gonna need an upgrade here. Where's the science center?
Asset transportation complete.
Extra scientist. Okay, I think we need one more scientist to actually complete that. Let me take a looky-loo here. Do we have any more? We'll have to do the infrastructure research. Yeah. Ah! Perfect! Just what we need.
Asset transportation in progress.
Yeah, so first things first, we need to research the staff center, another staff center, so we can hire some better welfare
Asset transported.
scientists. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that we have a dead T-Rex lying smack dab in the middle of
Transportation
our amphitheater.
Gallimimus to the park.
John Hammond dreamt of bringing...
But the only reason nothing's picking it up is because they're having to release all of the Gallimimus. They're having to release all of the galleys. remotely.
We are pleased to welcome a Gamma
Transit has commenced. Asset has been collected. Asset has been delivered. Delivery complete.
Okay. So,
Transportation underway. Commencing asset transit.
we will install another staff center
Asset transportation
right
underway.
here. Attach it to the path networks. And hire ourselves
Assets in the air.
a dinosaur welfare specialist. Oh, and we can even upgrade the ones we have, which that'll be good. Yeah, let's improve the welfare skills of some of our specialists here. There we go. Yeah. We will train you up as a welfare specialist too. Okay. And you that ought to do it. Oh yeah, see. There we go. Yep. Now we can unlock the T.Rex DNA.
Asset has been transported.
Yeah. However, you know, I think you might have lucked out doing that when it came to getting the second game. Because when the second game first came out... Oh, that's bad. That's bad. We now no longer have our star attraction.
Heading to collect the asset.
That sucks. That sucks big time. We are gonna lose a lot of tickets when the T-Rex is dead. Yeah, that's bad. When this game first came out, though, it was actually really buggy. My computer, which is pretty good, had trouble running this game at certain points due to the extreme lighting bugs. Sometimes there's still stuttering and frame rate issues. And it was a mess. Now, however, not so much of a mess. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let's change the extra scientist and go to fossil extraction capacity here so that we can send some people out to get T-Rex DNA. Yeah, because I remember playing this game around when it first came out thinking, ooh, we should definitely live stream me playing this game. And then after, like, playing through the first couple levels just to get the feel for it, I'm like, this game is nowhere in a good state to be able to play it. I mean, I hate on games like Fallout 76 where when they first come out, they're akin to a dumpster fire filled with medical waste and raw sewage that were clearly just designed as a cash grab. But this game, it was playable. but it just wasn't playable enough to be worth streaming. If that makes any sense. It's like, oh yeah, this is a fun game, but I don't want to make my audience suffer through all the graphical stuff going wrong with it right now. So I had to wait for it to, like, stabilize.
Asset collection request received.
Well, I mean, yeah, the stuttering frame rates, some issues with lagoon dinosaurs and stuff like that. I mean, now they've really nicely. Oh my god! I just cleaned that mess up, and another one's dead.
Asset requiring collection.
Oh my god! And another one. Yeah, we're gonna have to just go ahead and start. Hold on. Start synthesizing. So we have a viable genome for 2 T-Rexes. That's all well and good. Yeah, just go ahead and start making a whole batch for them. Oh, crap. Disease spreading. Let's go ahead and task slots full. That is bullshit.
Transportation underway.
Task scheduling. Perfect. Just what it needed. There. Okay. Well, the reason why they're all dropping like flies is because they were all added into the park at the same time. They were all taken from Isla Nublar at the same time. And because of that, since they were all taken at the same time, it makes it so that they all die at around the same time. So if you don't replace them when they start to die, your park goes downhill very fast, and there's nothing you can do to really stop it. But now that I can replace the Pachycephalosaurs, Parasaurolophuses, Struthies, Gallies, and all that, everything's good. Now, I need to unlock the Mamenchisaur DNA pretty quick, because they've been around for a while, and if they die, that ain't going to be good. So while we've sent some scientists out to do research, let's have some do some work on that.
Asset transportation complete.
Well, we know why the park rating has dropped 19% this month. It's that our star attraction that comes into the amphitheater to eat is no longer there. And when we make this Rex, we're going to make a modified T-Rex that has much lower needs, so we won't have to deal with a drama queen T-Rex. It'll just be an easy to handle T-Rex that's low stress and doesn't require a whole lot of space and water. Not like some of these other drama queen dinosaurs that require massive swaths of land. Oh. Oh yeah, look at him. You know, some scientists once suggested that the Pachycephalosaurus's bony skull might have just been the base for a large keratinous horn. But that seems rather unlikely. Especially given other pachycephalosaurids like Draco Rex and Stygimoloch have smaller horns around the base of it. Really just didn't make any sense. All right. Wow, seriously? Let's train up Jones. Let's train Forrester. And we shouldn't even need a new scientist after that. Oh, we did just get beeped. Let's see who it was on Discord. Oh, it's our channel manager, Metal 007. Otherwise known as Charlie. Yeah, he was on here just the other day as a guest star. No, no, he was actually showing me earlier. He has a well, a game system that's modified, and he's basically using this modified game system to run ISOs on a external hard drive, basically. And he's encountered a couple of ISOs that simply don't work, and I told him one of those ISOs had deliberately been made. One of those games specifically had copy protection built into it so that it would sabotage itself from being played. And he was like, well, how could they have told? And I'm like, I honestly have no idea how they could tell, but I know that they can. And he's like, well, that's bullshit. And I'm like, well, should have paid for the game disc. Yeah. Such is the downside of game piracy. Game piracy has always been a contentious topic for me. See, I'm very much in favor of respecting the people who make a video game and, say, well, give them their due. They worked on this. They worked hard on it, especially if it actually was a good game. If it was an actual good game that people liked and that was an excellent example of a quality product. But if it's crap, I'm sorry, you don't have a leg to stand on. And if you as a company are no longer even offering support for the game title, you need to let your hand get off the dial, okay? I don't care if you might be able to have some potential remakes or remasters in the future based on it. If you're not offering support and you're not allowing anyone any conceivable way to play it correctly, you have no case. You have no case. Okay, Efrain. See ya. Have fun eating dinner with your fiance. We'll be on YouTube. It's not like this footage is disappearing. Oh, great. Struthies are dropping
En
dead.
route to pick up the asset.
Yeah, you see, that's always the thing about watching my streams. You can always just come back later to watch it again. Let's see here. Ah. There's the last of it. That should give us a complete T-Rex genome, and then we will make 2 new T-Rexes.
Assets in the air.
Ooh. Actually, while we have this opportunity... no, not the medicine. The gene modifications. Let's see here. Let's go for confined space adaptations. Yeah, we'll just knock out all of those different gene mod researches. Yeah, that is always true. I mean, I can't tell you how many times a glitch becomes a game feature in a game. Like, for instance, I can think of the biggest example of that would be when it comes to Minecraft. They didn't want players to be able to sleep in the nether, so they made the beds automatically explode if you tried to get into them. Well, that led to the unintended consequence of now players use beds to mine in the nether for the new netherite or ancient debris. So in other words, they now use the beds to kill the ender dragon. They use the beds to mine for netherite down there. They basically use the beds to do everything, and that's not what the intention was behind it. Yeah, like, for instance, one of the best examples of that is whenever in Minecraft somebody gets blown up by sleeping in a bed in the nether, it doesn't say was blown up by a bed. It says was killed by intentional game design. More gene mods here. Let's see. Let's go for tooth hardness. Yeah, we need to rest these scientists. Yeah, we are going to have some really powerful Rexes. Okay, let's do some more research. We'll do efficient metabolism research next. And we'll do group adaptation, too, while we're at it. Yeah, we should be able to get 100% DNA from that. Yeah. Yeah, we know our park rating is down this month. It's because our star dinosaur attraction is unavailable. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. When Shamu suddenly keels over dead in the tank at SeaWorld, people stop coming to the park for a little while. What was the monorail clipping glitch? I never saw that one. Yeah, because from what I saw, I never actually saw any monorails clipping into one another. My monorails, heck, wouldn't even let each other touch. And I remember quite a few levels where them touching would have been very useful. Like the Isla Tacaño levels, where you're on those tiny, tiny strips of land that are very long and strung out, and you really just want to be able to make a big round exhibit, but unfortunately there's not enough space for that. Okay, let's do another genetics research. Okay, and then finally scales and skin toughness. And I guess we'll go ahead and let that scientist rest. And then I guess we'll do some skin colors and pattern research too, just so that we can say, clip through the ground and buildings. It's very tedious glitch to accomplish. YouTuber Evolution Square made a tutorial. But why would you want one that could clip through the ground? What use would that have had?
Asset to be collected.
See, sometimes a glitch just really doesn't seem like it could ever turn into a feature simply because it's entirely just without exploitability. See, I can research all of these with minimal effort.
Asset transportation in progress.
And then we'll research the 3 pattern genes, and then we'll make the new T.Rex. Um, oh, okay. We don't have enough staff members remaining to research that particular gene at the moment. But as soon as they get finished with these 2, we'll have enough. Oh Lord, another dead dinosaur died of old age.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Okay. Now we just have one more gene to research. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, let's make ourselves a couple of T-Rexes. So the first thing we're going to want is to have some options. We'll have one from 1997A. And we can have him be antisocial and intolerant. What we want is him to be humble. And we want him to be quenched. Okay? Now, we could get 2 eggs for this. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Asset has been collected.
Let's wait for him to finish up the... Okay. Okay, so we seem to have an issue here. Don't worry, there's an easy way around this. We can simply use an extra scientist. Yeah, we're gonna have to start
To collect the asset.
with the Dryosaurs now. Let's synthesize some fresh Dryosaurs. We'll give them quenched. We'll give them... Yeah. Okay, and as soon as we're done dealing with the T-Rexes, we'll make some new Dryosaurs.
Asset being transported.
Okay, then, okay. So basically it was for creative design purposes and everything. Well, that's understandable, I guess, but just doesn't seem that useful to me. Okay, let's select the 2 eggs. Oh. We physically do not have the budget to synthesize those animals.
Picking up asset.
Huh. Well, I guess all of our money was going somewhere. So we need about 4 million and we only got 3,700,000. So let's just let our profits get back up there. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay. Okay, we're down to 162,000. So let's just hope that the money comes rolling in when we get these 2 new Rexes into their paddock. We can't even afford to replace the Dryosaurs at the moment. Oh my god, no! Well,
Thankfully, this animal is only dealing with a surface wound. It should heal on its own, but expect it to leave quite a scar.
well, isn't this just magical? We're going to be bankrupted due to a storm. The money will return. Just give it a minute. Yeah, we're $216,000 in debt. We've just got to wait. Just got to wait for the money to come rolling back in once everyone starts spending. Yes, I know we're in danger of bankruptcy. Everyone knows that we're in danger of bankruptcy. But there's nothing that we can do. Just wait for the money to come in. We're making more profit than we're losing. Don't know how all that money... Okay, see, now we're making money again. See, positive cash flow. The cash flow will come. All we need to do is get the dinosaurs back to their former state. See? No problem. We've got the dinosaurs back in, and we're about to have a sudden boost in popularity.
Commencing asset transit.
Yeah, those sandstorms are almost worse.
Asset transported.
Yeah, you see, those sandstorms are almost worse than the storms on the island. Because while the storms on the island can, really just jack up everything by destroying it with brute force, these sandstorms give all of your dinosaurs a chance to be injured. Whoo, boy, that is a high rating right there. Yeah. Give all of your dinosaurs a chance to be injured. All of the guests stop spending money. Oh, great. And now we're losing the Triceratopses. That's just magical. Oh, God. All right, let's synthesize a trike. We'll get it quenched, and we'll make it strong. But yeah, I mean, it damages all of the dinosaurs. It stops the guests from spending money on anything. It shuts down your emergency power generation. Uh, your hands are basically tied so long as the sandstorm happens. And when it finally... Unbelievable. I cannot even replace the trikes yet. No trike replacement. We cannot replace the trikes. The dryosaurs are lonely. The pachycephalosaurs are okay. We can't replace the trikes. Till the money comes pouring back in due to the new high ratings caused by this puppy. I mean, this animal is one heck of a 5-star attraction right here. Yeah, and of course we have to pay to fill everything up. Another dead oh my god, another dead dryosaur.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Thankfully, dryosaurs can never get angry enough that they actually try and break anything. But it is an annoyance
Transit has commenced.
that we can't even replace our current stock of Triceratopses. Actually, we could just go for these three. Yeah, we'll just assign scientists to these three. Oh, and we can't rest any of the scientists right now because we can't afford to give them their bonus when they go on vacation. We have to generate a large amount of currency very quickly. Yeah, I don't recall San Diego being known for sandstorms.
We are pleased to welcome a Triceratops to the park.
There we go. Now they're all happy. Now let's see about the dryosaurs. And here, let's do what we can. Since we have the $700,000 right now, we can rest a few scientists. God. And then once we start getting more money because we replace the species that we lost, we'll be able to well, I know what'll bring in new customers. A new hotel. Increasing the guest capacity of the park will only... Wow, why is our appeal so low? All right. Oh, we can afford to replace a whole herd of 6. Well, I guess it's just because the Triceratopses were such a big species.
Heading to pick up the asset. En route to pick up the asset. Collecting asset.
Okay, then.
Transit.
So, we're making money. We have a ton of different dinosaur species.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Let's look at that research that we have to complete. It's literally part of the story mission research. Oh my god, we can't even do that. Yeah, we need 6 million to be able to do that. Yeah, we're lucky to get 1 million right now.
Confirming asset delivery.
Oh, and look at that. We're at a 4-star park. They're saying the drink coverage is low. And I just don't understand that.
Transportation underway.
I mean, I give them plenty of
Asset
beverages.
has been delivered.
I give them plenty of spaces to buy beverages, even. I mean,
Transportation complete. Asset has been delivered.
I guess I could just make a medium amenity right here that sells drinks. Or even one right here that sells drinks. Ah, God, more dinosaurs dying.
Asset requiring collection. Heading to pick up the asset.
Well, don't worry. That's why we have brand new Dryosaurs. Also, the genetics here.
Asset has been collected.
Ah, good. I did randomize their genetics, so now they have a whole bunch of different varieties of colors and appearances. Okay, you see, now we're starting to get the big money back again. Yeah, everything seems to be making good profits now. Yeah, I guess there just wasn't enough guests coming into the park is all. That must have been why. Because we didn't have enough accommodations for our hotel.
It may not be easy to watch, but fighting is a part of nature. Corner any animal and watch them react. With the dinosaurs, it's normally just on a larger, more violent scale.
Okay, then. So, we still can't get the research for, the park expansion yet. It's too expensive. We simply can't do it. So, what we'll do instead is start getting the research for Brachiosaurus. And then we'll probably go for Mamenchisaur after that, so we can replace either one of those dinosaurs in the event of their untimely death. And once we have the money for the new land acquisition research, then we can expand. Welcome back, Quackers. Yeah, let's hope the Dilophosaurs don't start dropping dead next. But they're a relatively recent acquisition. The Compies were going to go first, I knew that. Yeah, and I knew the Struthios aren't going to last much longer, but they're easy. They're usually the first dinosaur anyone's able to make. Oh yeah, you can sell that for some quick cash. Okay, we'll send somebody out on another expedition to get more Brachio DNA. Suppose we could go ahead and synthesize a few new Struthiomimus.
Assets in the air.
Oh, yeah. The Brachiosaur is always one of my favorites, too. I will never forgive them for what they did in the movie Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, though. Making us sit there and watch that poor animal die in a fiery blaze of death and toxic gases. God, there wasn't a dry eye in that theater.
We are pleased to welcome Studio to the park.
Yeah, it's like whenever you watch a video of a whale dying or anything like that, it's because it is a gentle giant. It is not in its nature to be violent or destructive. And so to see it come to harm is always very sad for everybody. really don't need to waste money researching all that. I could research some large amenities, though. That's probably a good idea. Because large amenities are better for satisfying larger amounts of guests, and right now we're running at about 3.5 stars. Really? You know that for a fact? Did they say that in the credits, or did in any director interviews or anything? Well, the thing is, the first brachiosaur we ever saw was in the first Jurassic Park movie. And that one was kind of a very light beige kind of color. It was very light. It was almost human skin, I guess you could call it. It was very baggy and elephant-like. The ones you see in Jurassic World, however, they have a much more dark, purpley gray kind of coloration to them. And, you know, we get a nice close-up view of the animal as it walks by the evac team as it's in the park area. And I'm like, I don't think that's the same one. Yeah, search it up then. Let us know. I'm hoping it wasn't. God, it's taken them a while to get back. There we go. Oh, Bayona. Oh, well. Though, you know, one thing I was wondering about this game. So, in this particular game, you see random dinosaurs like Brachiosaurus popping up all over the place, saying that they're loose and wild. Well, the thing is, I don't really understand how that's possible. Because from what I saw, none of the ships that they used actually had brachiosaurs on them. And none of the brachiosaurs were inside of that warehouse facility where they were doing research and auctioning and testing in Fallen Kingdom. So, something tells me they probably didn't save them from the island. I don't think anyone actually saved any brachiosaurs from the island simply because it wasn't doable. I mean, for the Mamenchisaurs on Isla Nublar, Tembo and his team actually had something planned for that. But
Asset being transported.
well, the problem is, for them to have stolen the eggs, they would have had to have known if the brachiosaurs had even multiplied. Because so far, the only animals we knew for a fact that had spontaneously changed gender were the following: raptors, pterosaurs, the tyrannosaurs, and the stegosaurs. It might have been possible that the gene sequences...
Remarkable amphitheater.
I mean, it's entirely possible that all of the gene sequences could have led to the same result. I don't find it likely. Yeah. And we're at $5,402,000. So I'd like us to get to about $6 million, or $7 million rather, before we try and do that research, because I know exactly what'll happen. The game will say, oh, he's down to less than $1 million. Let's just go ahead and trigger a sandstorm at the worst possible time. And we don't want that. So I'm going to wait. Yeah. And of course, when they get into Jurassic World and they have all the little dinosaurs in a petting zoo and the kids are playing with them and petting them and everybody's having a fun time, well, that's okay because they probably did, in fact, allow breeding in the parks at that point. But, you know, up until that point, it's all unconfirmed. You know, I always wish that was something that a park keeper game like this would allow. Because I remember back in the old Zoo Tycoon games, if you kept your dinosaurs together, male and female, there would always be a chance that one of them might reproduce and lay an egg and have a baby. Well, that's not something that they allow for in this game. Okay, we're at 6,575,000. 6,600,000. Yeah, when we reach 7 million, I will research. Ooh, that was a bad number there for a second. 66666. That's the number of the Super Devil. Yeah, there is going to be a Jurassic World Evolution 3, yeah. And that's going to come out right after the next Jurassic World movie. Okay. Let's,
Acknowledging asset collection request. Transporting asset.
Okay.
Jurassic Park San Diego. We really did bring it back from the brink.
And the dinosaurs back from beyond it.
there's still more to do if we're to see the facility at its peak. More land should help.
I would think that more guests and more dinosaurs with a greater variety of species would work as well.
Correct. Let's get our park rating up across the board. What do you think, Dr. Malcolm?
Well, you know, Thomas Edison once said that just because something doesn't go as planned doesn't mean that it's useless. And when it comes to Jurassic Park, that has surprisingly turned out to be true for now. So perhaps what's been achieved in San Diego is a tribute to those who would never leave the island. A painful and tragic legacy, but one that would be the foundation of a world forever changed by resurrecting its past and then turning it into theme park attractions. The fact that no one could have predicted that dinosaurs and humans would breathe the same air gives me pause. And it also makes me smile.
It makes you smile because you're a chaos addict. He is addicted to the chaos. He cannot help but say chaos every other sentence. Oh, look at that. We just completed that. Wow. Well, look at that. We finished San Diego. 6 minutes before the end, yeah. Yeah, they wanted us to reach 5 stars in the last island. However, the last island had basically no abnormal weather conditions and extremely high expectations thanks to Dr. Hammond and everything. Yeah. But yeah, we finished the mission. Thankfully, we never actually had to replace the Mamenchisaurs. Yeah. But yeah, so this is a good place to end off the stream right here. Because we're just like a few minutes short of. Okay, yeah. We're just gonna stop that right there because yeah. Dangerous storm incoming. Prepare to open the shelters. Yeah, let's not. So until next time, where we'll probably hit the Jurassic Park 3 campaign, which is, from what I understand it, Mr. Masrani showing up to basically harvest what was left over from the old engine facilities on Isla Sorna. So until next time, this has been an MO7 production. I have been Moretti, and I will see you all in the next video. And thank you to our loyal commenters, Quackers and Afraid. Your viewership has been quite nourishing. Yeah. Okay then. Goodbye.